I have been told that time heals all wounds. That if I just wait and put enough space between me and whatever ordeal I just faced, that all of the grief or rage that I feel will slowly shift and change as the memory of my affliction fades. Basically, it's like saying, hey, I know things are really rough for you right now, but if you can just tough it out for a while, then things will just kind of, maybe work out or something. Seriously, that's the comfort the world wants us to put our hope in. They're all convinced that a few ticks on the clock will magically fix what is broken, like some 12-step program to take back poisonous words that were spoken. But what looks like a free token to wellness turns out to just be a worthless phantom. Or worse, it's smoke for us to choke on while we're already gasping, and grasping for something solid to hold on. What a joke to accept the lie that time is a cure. At best, it merely numbs, like a local anesthetic from a paramedic to keep us calm. It may treat the symptoms, but it doesn't mend the real problem. Even years after the initial trauma, the lightest trigger can drop a bomb and reopen the wound we thought we had been healed from. A random whiff of body spray, or the guitar riff from Beautiful Day, can send our senses into chaotic disarray. The slightest shove can end our tenuous calm and render us helpless to escape the slings and arrows of yesterday. But we as Christians are not of this world. So instead of pretending we'll be okay and hoping the tears will eventually go away, we admit that we are helpless in every possible way, and we lift up our ailments to the one who not only lends an ear, but who genuinely cares enough to interfere in even our worst situations. His name is Jesus Christ, the great physician. He is Jehovah Rapha, the Lord who heals and brings complete restoration. And this Jesus is true God, not some cheap magician who will offer you a false hope but then leave you in the same broken condition. No. Jesus bled and died to make you whole, and went so far as to say that he has made everything beautiful in its time. No exceptions, no exclusions, no deadline. Now, I'm a word nerd, so I want to share a language lesson on this particular section of God's divine word. That verb, has made, is in the present perfect tense, which means that as of this moment it has already taken place. It doesn't say will make, or can make, or might make, or even is making, but has made. It's done. Pain and sin have lost, love has won, so that what was once excruciating, the Son has made exquisite. And even though some scars may remain, they are not evidence that Jesus failed and that you are in some way irreparably maimed. Scars are reminders of God's faithfulness. That even though something toxic ambushed you from behind, crash-landed in the middle of everything you had planned out for your life, ripped open your chest and trashed everything it found inside, the greatest surgeon ever brushed aside every other concern and rushed to your bedside. He scrubbed in, gloved up, and with 3 nails he stitched shut that lethal gash that sin left in your flesh. And while fear still held you paralyzed, the crucified and revivified Christ exorcised that ill-disguised demon, cauterized the slash it left behind, and bled from head, hands, feet, and side to immunize against the type of virus that time alone could never even hope to excise, much less beautify. It is time for you to realize that there is no cut or bruise of any shape or size that can ever separate you from the love of your Savior, the risen Christ. Your wounds, regardless of how hideous you perceive them to be, are already beautiful in the eyes and in the hands of the Almighty. It doesn't matter the nature or severity of your malady, or how much misery you're in from all your countless injuries. The agony of anxiety holds no monopoly on your anatomy, because your life is actually a comedy that will culminate in a marriage feast for all of eternity. But when tragedy strikes and your faith begins to atrophy, there is no amount of therapy or any kind of surgery that can truly set you free, because there is only one remedy, one prescription not found in any earthly pharmacy, one healer who has given us his victory, Jesus Christ, the one cure for everything.